top port retainers.
Are there any torque specifications?
Whatever would be standard for a quarter 20 and for a 1032. I assemble them with the clutch, and then I go back over them after I'm done with everything and just tighten them with a wrench by hand.
Not overly tight.
Yeah. I could strip it right out if I wanted to, but snug. And we can go put this ring in. I'll make sure we got a lot of grease on this so we drop it in, it doesn't fall out. Nice.
Always happens when
too much, but enough. I got some right here.
That's to help keep it in place during assembly.
And oil port has to line up with our cylinder.
Does the housing make sure that the counter sinks are on top, right?
Yes. Top of cylinder.
Okay.
Top port retainer. Tighten these up is like tightening up a tire, do opposites.
He's
special. Half of the special tool comes in. We have to spread.
You know, you need spares on that.
I
want you to go back.
Install our O-rings on our piston. And threaded end up. Threaded end up.
Threaded end up.
Okay, before we get this in, we have to spread that seal out. So I'm going to push this in. And bring it flush.
Flush, okay.
If it's any taller than that, this is gonna line up right now. If I've got that pin flat, that's gonna line up with this 2-inch diameter there. So it'll kind of guide it in. But, just kind of a couple thou. Just like that. And pistons in. And push it down the rest of the way. This is the bottom side now. Clearance holes for quarter 20s.
Top side's taken care of.
Top side's taken care of, except it needs to be double retightened. Everything needs to be retightened. Okay, now for our lower port retainer, what we have to do first is put this into place. And it's going to be held in with our special tool. Spread it back. Same thing, flush, kind of level.
O-ring. Just checking.
I have to push on it, so I don't normally put a O-ring in until after I get that in there.
Tool is in there. And the thing is flush. Okay.
And just line the oil ports up again. And we're going to push down on this. It's going to sit on top of the piston. Push down. now we'll put our O-rings on. And there's going to be a little pressure in there, so that's going to want to spring up. That's no problem.
That's normal for it to be like that. Screws will hold it down. Lining it up, making sure it's all lined up. Screwing the port retainer first. Correct? You're screwing the port retainer first.
Otherwise, if you try to tighten this up, the port retainer will spin.
Okay.
Double check all the bolts. And once again, you don't want to set it down on that. Put it there. You guys want to feel how tight that is? The quarter 20s, I mean, you're not going to be able to budge, but
We're not putting a pipe on it.
yeah, the 1032 screws will stretch a little bit and go over it, and then just inspect the seal. Make sure the seal is okay. 9/16 deep well socket.
So don't forget the seals. Behind those. Okay.
Okay.
And then just put it back in its spot. As shown.
Oh.
Well, that's going to have a little burr on there now.
That's a repolishing special tool.
And you know, we had to drill it, but it goes in through here, down this way. So there's another pipe plug inside your cylinder housing here, and it drops down, back out.
So always check, blow through it, make sure you got circulation in case crud or rust, corrosion
Blow
gets
air
in there.
fluid.
It's only an 8th line, so however many years it could easily, you know, I don't know if you clean your water. So just check, make sure you got circulation.
Pond back there.
So what's the first step? Everything's in.
Okay. Temperatures are up to melt temp. We get a good heat soak, so the drop's expanded to the proper depth. I just pushed the pin in by hand, and I just started to thread, and with the cylinder energized in the closed position or the set position, which would be this top line, you can either do it manually with the hand pump.
And you'll
with the
notice the piston's
sequencer.
down. See how far down it is? Otherwise the piston would be right by my finger here. You know you got stroke 'cause it's way down there.
Okay.
That helps you notice where you're at.
You just energize it to the closed position, and
Keep the energize on. Keep the hydraulic pressure on. Otherwise it'll spin.
the pin should stop right when
There.
it contacts the tip.
Now you won't be able to turn no more.
That's all it is.
That's it.
That's it. And then you follow the pin I mean, I would rock it back and forth just in case there's any cold material down in there wedged in between the pin. Just rock it back and forth a couple times to make sure that the pin's down all the way. And then follow up with your set screws.
And add both set screws. Don't forget, there's 2 set screws. So the pin has a 1/4 inch back?
Yes.
2 set screws on the back side of that pin. And then just actuate it up and down and make sure there's no leaks.